the smallest warrior. Only a leader that walks the blackest of paths would break the code that protects kits. Broken Star of Shadow Clan was such a leader. The Wind Clan warrior sprang with his claws unsheathed, and the little black and white cat fell to the ground without making a sound. A trickle of blood crept from his ear, which was crumpled in the dust. Flint Fang shook off the warrior, trying to sink her teeth into his tail, and bounded over to his unmoving clanmate.
"Get off him, you mangy worm!"
Flint Fang snarled. Then he bent down to grasp Badgerpaw's scruff between his teeth. The apprentice's fur was still soft and fluffy, and it tickled Flint Fang's nose. Blinking to stop the sneeze, Flint Fang lifted the tiny limp body into the air and carried it to the edge of the Wind Clan camp. Behind him, screeches and thuds echoed around the shallow dip in the ground where Wind Clan had once made its home. Now all the dens were trampled and ruined, and the ground was sticky with blood. Broken Star was right. This battle would force Wind Clan to leave the moor, and Shadow Clan hunters would be able to take over the territory to feed their growing clan. But not Badgerpaw. His breathing was quick and shallow, and a strange smell came from him, sour like blood and crow food. There was nothing any cat could do to help him. Flint Fang shook his head angrily. He had trained his apprentice in every battle skill he knew, and he made sure he could duck and roll and slash as well as any of the other apprentices. But Badgerpaw was only 3 moons old. He was too small to take on a full-grown Wind Clan warrior, his legs too short to reach the easily wounded parts of the belly, eyes, and ears. What could a mentor do when expected to train a kit? The warrior code said that a warrior must be at least 6 moons old, but that didn't worry Flint Fang as much as he feared Broken Star. Flint Fang had failed his leader, and Broken Star would make sure every cat in the clan knew. He turned away, ready to abandon his apprentice and teach that fox-faced Wind Clan warrior a lesson he wouldn't forget. Badgerpaw's eyes flickered.
Flint Fang, is that you?
Flint Fang's heart sank. Yes, it's me.
Was I good enough?
Badgerpaw rasped in a tiny voice. His paws shifted in the dust, and a bead of blood appeared at the corner of his lip.
I tried to remember everything you taught me.
Flint Fang stared at the battered little body. Badgerpaw hadn't stood a chance from the moment the first battle yowl split the air.
I hope Broken Star is proud of me,
Badgerpaw went on. His eyes were clouding over and starting to close.
And my mom.
Flint Fang felt something stir inside him. What was he going to tell Fernshade? That her kid was always going to die in this battle because he was too small, too weak?
Fernshade will be very proud of you,
he meowed. Badgerpaw opened his eyes with an effort and looked straight at Flint Fang.
Are you proud of me?
Flint Fang crouched beside Badgerpaw and stroked the apprentice's eyelids with the tip of his tail to close them again.
You fought brilliantly, he murmured.
Will you be all right without me?
Badgerpaw asked fretfully. He moved his head and the trickle of blood coming from his ear thickened, spilling out faster.
We'll do our best,
Flint Fang replied gravely.
And we'll always remember you and how brave you were.
Was it his imagination, or did the tiny black and white chest swell with pride?
Do you think StarClan will make me a warrior now?
Flint Fang swallowed hard. There seemed to be a stone wedged in his throat.
I'm sure they will.
What will my name be?
Badgerpaw wondered, his voice growing even fainter.
I expect they'll let you choose your own name,
Flint Fang replied. The lump in his throat was growing, making it harder to speak.
I'd like to be called Badgerfang. Like you. Because you were such a great mentor.
Flint Fang leaned forward and rested his muzzle on top of his apprentice's head.
That is a great honor, Badgerfang is a good name for a warrior.
He could feel Badgerpaw's breaths coming quicker now, his flank hardly rising at all as he fought for air.
You will watch over us from StarClan for all the moons to come.
Badgerpaw let out a tiny sigh, and his flank stilled. Flanfang straightened up.
This was not your time to die. For as long as I live, I will honor the warrior code and not train another kit who should still be at his mother's belly. Go now, little one, and walk with warriors.